RLG has been a typical example of what the African child should begin to believe in. Technology should not be left for the Western world, neither should it be left for the Asians. It should be things that should be originated from the African continent, and that is the dream of RLG. For me, Ghana and Gambia have a long political and economic relationship. But without any benefit from this partnership, that I stood here in Gambia 2 years ago to make a pledge and a commitment that RLG was going to invest 2 million Ghana cedis in Gambia. No, sorry, $2 million. As I speak to you today, we have done $7.5 million. But what does it define as? One of the things I've always been looking at and saying, why do we always think that Africa should be seen as the lesser? We lack the attitude of branding. How do we brand ourselves as Africans? Do we believe in ourselves? And do we believe that we can have wonderful products? All that we believe is that we have wonderful culture. But what does culture define an individual? Is a way of life. So how can you have a wonderful culture without a wonderful product? This is what RLG is unearthing today. RLG represents the African dream. Of course, we have other brands that we also admire afar as indigenous African companies, MTN, Glo, and a whole lot. But that represents hope. But what RLG wants to do is to do something different. The vehicle and the tool of communication that nobody here as a speak is without any mobile gadget or using a computer in your office today to solve problems, and with the dream of unique solution, finding solution in creating apps and other things in the cloud, manifest what RLG stood for, to provide you with the communication tool that disseminates this information across the borders of everybody. And Africa is the largest mobile phone users today in the world. And that represents huge opportunity for business to strive. But who should come and take the profit away from Africa? It should be the Africans who should take the profit and build Africa. That is why we didn't come to Gambia to just look at Gambia and just find ourselves anywhere. The choice of this building was a choice to show that we are here to stay. Thank you. God bless you all.
I now invite Her Excellency, the inaugural address on behalf of the President of the Republic.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. It is indeed with great honor that I deliver the inaugural statement on the occasion, of course, of the commissioning of this beautiful edifice, that is the RLG mobile phone and computer assembly plant. First and foremost, of course, I bring you greetings from the man I'm representing, His Excellency the President, Chief Professor Alhaji Dr. Ejije Jammeh, who would have loved to be here today, but due to unavoidable circumstances, he could not be, but has asked me to represent him and read his statement on his behalf as follows. Chairperson, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in this day and age, we would no doubt agree that no nation can develop meaningfully without embracing information communication technology. It is therefore against this background of this recognition that my government continues indeed to accord very high priority to ICT by investing first and foremost in human capital formation, creating the necessary infrastructure required and enabling environment for this very indispensable part of our development process. The Declaration of 2012, we all remember in this country, as the year of science, technology, and innovation, is a manifestation of the government's continuous commitment in ICT. Therefore, this event that we are witnessing today is an integral part of the ICT agenda and is apt and is timely. The notable speakers before me have spoken about the RLG Group, a reputable company at that, homegrown, African, that's what I mean, that has been in existence for more than a decade, during which time operations have expanded beyond the borders of Ghana to Nigeria, China, and we are already told to Dubai. And of course, we have thousands of youth, like the CEO has reiterated, have been trained. And here in the Gambia, where its subsidiary, RLG Communications Gambia Limited, has successfully built a first-class mobile phone and laptop assembly plant, which we are commissioning today. This is truly worthy of emulation. Today is yet another day, and a historic day at that, in our ICT sector, because this plant indeed comes with immense opportunities and potentials, no doubt about that. This is what I have been saying in a lot of my speeches, that we must consume what we produce and produce what we consume, and this is one of those. Therefore, Chairperson, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as for the testimony to my government's commitment to ICT, Unique Solutions Company Limited and the Gambia Priority Employment Program, which is GAMJobs, under the Gambia's Minister of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment, after having signed an MOU, has trained 70 Gambians, that is youths, in mobile phone maintenance, repairs, servicing, assembling, and entrepreneurial skills at the Unique Solutions headquarters, of course, then in November 2010. The project, of course, is in partnership with the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This is what previous speakers meant when they said PPP, public-private partnership, is very critical for the development process of any country, including the Gambia. The National Youth Council was also involved, UNDP, and RLG Communications of Ghana. I understand that an additional 30 youths have also been trained from Brikama, which is the West Coast region, and the next phase of that training would be in the eastern part of this country, that is in Basel, where 20 other youths would also be trained. As at now, 100 youths have already been trained. 70 of these have already graduated in 2011. And the remaining 30 will be graduating today. And I want to congratulate them for choosing this profession and for leading the way. It is gratifying to note that 50 of these trainees have already picked up jobs in this assembly plant that we are inaugurating today, and in commercial banks and other sectors. Therefore, Chairperson, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the main goal of this public-private partnership is to equip particularly unemployed Gambian youth with specialized, marketable, employable skills in mobile phone repairs and entrepreneurial skills that will surely make them socially responsible, financially independent, and ultimately offer them the needed future, which is job security. Without much ado, therefore, Chairperson, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of His Excellency the President, I now have the singular honor and pleasure to officially commission this mobile and computer assembly plant. And I thank you all for your kind attention, and thank our distinguished guests from the region and beyond for their attendance and indeed for their collaboration. Thank you very much, and may God bless.